In a world that rushes by, have you ever found a place that feels like a warm hug? A place where time seems to slow down, and the simplest things bring the most joy? For the people in one quiet neighborhood, that place was a small bakery named the Rolling Pin, run by a woman named Lena. Lena inherited the bakery from her grandmother, a place filled with the scent of warm bread, sweet pastries, and a lifetime of memories. More than just a business, her grandmother had always said the bakery was a refuge, a place to offer kindness, no questions asked. Lena was determined to keep that spirit alive. One cold afternoon, the bell above the door jingled, and a small boy, no older than 7, stepped inside. He had wide, nervous eyes and was clutching a few coins in his hand. He looked at the array of treats, his gaze lingering on a large, frosted gingerbread man. His name was Theo. He shyly approached the counter and asked how much it cost. Lena saw the hope in his eyes and the small number of coins he held. She smiled warmly and told him it was a pay-what-you-can day for gingerbread men. Theo's face lit up as he placed his coins on the counter. Lena wrapped the cookie in wax paper and handed it to him, adding a small loaf of bread to his bag. "For your family," she whispered. From that day on, Theo became a regular visitor. Sometimes he'd have a few coins, sometimes just a story to share. Lena always made sure he left with a full stomach and a warm heart. Years passed, and the neighborhood changed. Buildings grew taller, but the Rolling Pin remained, a constant beacon of warmth. Lena was now older, her hair streaked with silver, but her smile was just as kind. The bakery, however, was struggling. Rising costs and new, trendy cafes were making it hard to keep the doors open. One day, a notice was posted on her window, a final warning before foreclosure. Lena's heart sank. It felt like she was losing not just her bakery, but a piece of her soul and her grandmother's legacy. She spent her days baking with a heavy heart, convinced these would be her last. Then, a young man in a sharp suit walked in. He looked around, a nostalgic smile playing on his lips. "It smells exactly the same," he said softly. Lena didn't recognize him at first. He walked to the counter and looked at her. "You probably don't remember me," he started. "But years ago, you gave a little boy a gingerbread man when he couldn't afford it. You didn't just give him a cookie. You gave him hope, showed him that kindness exists in the world." It was Theo. He had grown up, become successful, and never forgotten the woman who had shown him such compassion. He had heard about the bakery's struggles and came back to repay her kindness. He told her he was buying the building, not to change it, but to preserve it. He wanted to ensure that the Rolling Pin would continue to be a refuge for generations to come, just as it had been for him. Tears welled up in Lena's eyes as she realized the small act of kindness she had shown years ago had come back to her full circle. The bakery was saved, but more than that, its spirit of generosity was reaffirmed. It's a beautiful reminder that the kindness we put out into the world often finds its way back to us, sometimes in the most unexpected and wonderful ways. A small cookie, a simple gesture, had planted a seed that grew into a forest of goodwill. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe for more content that celebrates the good in the world. See you next time.